here, your favorite ginger bibliophile. I hope you're all doing really well. And hopefully you've got a nice, something to read. If not, maybe I can help you out with that. Because we're going to go over my February TBR pile, which is a mix of quite a few things. As always, we're starting off with what is still being carried over from last month, which is, once again, Pandora's Jar. But I am hopeful. I've only got that much left, and like half of that is actually like, here's the acknowledgements and sources and whatnot. So I've only got like 30 pages left. I've only been carrying this over since September. So, this will eventually get finished, and then it's going in the unhaul pile. But we've got some better choices. Too many books. I'm not, as y'all can tell, in my usual long video spot. But that's because when I normally film is when it's like, all right, nobody's home. It's nice and quiet. I'm not interrupting anything anybody else is trying to listen to. But I had workers at the house because, yay, my daddy's the best. And he got us a new heating system. So I'm not freezing at home anymore. And look at that. I got bare arms because it's actually warm. So, yep, we got that going. So now I'm doing the usual, just hanging out in front of my bookshelves like I do when I'm just doing a one-off, book review, which I've got a couple of those in mind for you too. I haven't forgotten. I actually read a really good one on my Kindle that I need to tell you all about. But we're also getting into finishing off that series with Douglas Adams. This is the second book. It's The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. And then we have the third one in the series, Life, the Universe, and Everything, which that's the third one. And I think there is 5, but these are the only 2 that I have my hands on, as I read the first one last year. I blame you for this one, Matthew. But that's okay, because I'm enjoying them. And that's pretty much all the sci-fi that I read. It's just nonsensical, giggle-worthy, good time. It doesn't always make sense. Sometimes it's very clearly satire. But no matter what, whether it makes sense or it's just all over, it's just short fun. So we have those. And I know you can see some of the spoilers. Yeah, I'm having to go and put those on a different thing because, as you can tell, my shelves are kind of full, so I can't really sit them there without them getting covered by stuff. So we're going to go with the easy stuff. Also some horror because, you gotta go Halloween Part 2. Because Valentine's Day, nah, not a fan. I don't really go in for the romance and the mush, even when it's it actually, pertains to my personal relationship date. It's very casual. So we're going Halloween Part 2, because for me, horror, well, not exactly horror, but skulls, puppies, food, that's my kind of romance. If there's not some food and some insults and something snuggly, you ain't doing it right. We breaking up. We ain't even met, but we breaking up, because clearly you don't know. So this one is Watchers in the Night by Jenna Black. I have never heard of this, but I got it at the Friends of the Library book sale last year for 50 cents. And it says vampires, so for 50 cents, I gotta try it. And that one's small enough I can hold on. And then we have Richard Lemon's Blood Games. As y'all know, I do a lot more urban fantasy than full-on horror, except for, Dean Koontz is kind of my go-to, but he was letting me down a few times last year, so we're, mixing it up. And I've heard this name floated around a few times, so we're giving him a try. And I'm not totally sure what this was about, but it was $2, and it's in really good condition. So I had to give that one a try. Maybe I can fit that one. Yay! And we got a second one by him, because I will be reading horror stuff for the next 2 weeks. So if y'all want to join me. And ooh, apparently somebody has the audacity to be outside without paying the toll. They gonna learn. And this one is Darkness Tells Us that y'all need to hush it. And they don't listen. Something to do with Ouija board. Those butt heads. There's a cute kitty across the road that I'm not actually sure where it belongs because it's usually in the driveway across the street, but every now and then it wanders. And little man does not approve of kitties that don't live in the house. I'm talking about you. He's back on guard duty and pouting about it. So, yep, we have a horror book that has something to do with the Ouija board, which, come on now. That has been a thing since, like, before I was born. They should know better than to bust out the Ouija board by now, so we know something bad's gonna happen. And then, well, okay, I'm not even gonna try to grab them because that's kind of hard, but we have these two. Yep, that's the last two books of the Matthew Riley's Jack West Jr. series. So, yay! I'm excited to finally get to those. I have all of this that I'm still reading, so good luck. I don't know if I'm gonna get to these or not, and I know I have to like read them back to back, no bouncing around, because there's supposedly a cliffhanger, which after all the other books in the series, yeah, kind of figures. But I'm excited to see how they go and how he makes up for what he did in the end of the last book that was cheesy, cheating ending. I was loving it up until the very end, and that just felt like a cop-out. So I'm hopeful that these turn out really well. And then, of course, I've got some stuff going on my Kindle. I'm going to try to read Carmilla, because it's classic vampires that has been on my Kindle since forever, and I have never gotten to it. But I am also reading a Stalks of Gold, I think it's a Rumpelstiltskin retelling that has some very much Rapunzel vibes to it too, because it kind of rushed through like all the classic Rumpelstiltskin was about a third of the way in. There's still 200 pages, what you gonna do? And it started kind of blending some Rapunzel in there, which we already got the hint because they mentioned Gothel at the very beginning. And if y'all know, you know that Mother Gothel was the evil one in Tangled. So like there was already hints of it, but still I don't know what's gonna happen yet. And then I'm trying to read Three Musketeers, but I don't know how that's gonna go, because I wanted to read another book that's for, how did the book compare to its screen adaptation? And I grew up on the 90s version, Three Musketeers. Loved it. And it's only like 300 oddish pages, which should be like a 5-6 hour read, right? No problem. Yeah, Kindle says at my current reading pace, I got like 22 hours left. Because this is not your standard. I get it's an old book. It was different times, but it is very flowery, and this does not flow. Maybe if I read a lot of classics, but classics are not my thing. But I was hoping it's very adventure-y. I mean, it's Three Musketeers. That might be the only book I read this month on Kindle, or at least any one of depth. I can only read so much. I've already started sneaking in my other books, like my fairytale retelling, in between a chapter of this one. So we'll see how that goes. What are you reading this month? Are you getting in on the horror for Valentine's Day? Drop a line, let me know, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Happy reading.